Hey everybody, welcome back to another Allan Holdsworth lesson video. Today we're doing a song that I've got a lot of requests for, and it's a song that there's really not too many transcriptions of online. It's a song that I actually feel pretty excited about because I think I nailed it. I ended up redoing my transcription a little bit, and now this time I'm pretty sure it's perfect. It's Zarabeth off of Wardenclyffe Tower, I think that's how you say it. So first off, this song is actually in C standard. Allan used a baritone guitar for this. So I'm actually using a MIDI pickup, and I'm tuned down a major third from E to C standard. But I'm going to be treating all the chords as if we're playing in standard. So for example, this isn't C, this is E major. I think it'll be easy enough for me to describe. Also, this song kind of works in standard because when I was first learning it, I pitch shifted the song up to E standard so I could use a regular guitar and figure it out, and it still sounds kind of nice. So I'll play a little bit of it now so you can hear how it sounds, and then I'll go through the song. Okay, so right now I'm just going to tackle the intro of the song, which happens a few other times, and then for the next video I'll end up doing the solo changes. But right now, we'll just do the intro. I'm going to play along with the track so you can also hear how it sounds with the song. So, alright, here we go. Okay, so now it's time for the breakdown. So as I said, this guitar is technically playing in C standard, but I'm going to treat everything as we're playing in E standard. So the first chord of the song is plain old F major. And there's a little motif here where Allan goes from the major third to the fourth, and then plays the 5. Then the second chord is, which is B flat major 6/9, or also, and I've said this in other videos, you can think of it as a G minor with an added 11. The next chord is a minor add 9, and then this chord here, which is a kind of a first inversion B flat major chord with the sharp 11. So we got this. Now the second part of the song, well, the second thing after that is just like the first chord, but now instead of F major it's A flat major. And this is where the song starts to go off the rails a little bit in terms of like the names of the chords and all that kind of stuff. We get to this. Oh, what's the name of this chord? I think the best way to think of this, what sort of makes the most sense to me, name-wise, is it's like a first inversion A flat major without the fifth. So we have our A flat, and we have our third, and then we have a major 7, and then we have a sharp 11. So I guess you can call this a flat major 7 sharp 11. The next chord, which is a regular first inversion G major chord, and then I really like this chord. I thought it was really smart. It's an E minor add 9. We got your root, the flat 3, and then we have the 5th here. E minor, and then the F sharp, instead of being above the octave, typically in add 9 chords, which is why it's the 9, it's actually right next to the root. So you have this little bit of tension there. After that we get to this chord, which I've actually seen Allan play quite a few times. In this instance, I would call this a G major with an add 11. With the, I guess in second inversion, because we have our G major, we have a G chord, here's our root, 5th, and then we have our major 3rd. Here's G major. And then with your first finger, as you're barring, you're playing a C, which is a really nice add 11 voicing I like. So, but the melody is also going G, A, B, which to me really spells out G major. And now this chord, which is awesome. I love this chord, but I've never liked any of the voicings for it except for really this one. It's a C minor major 9. So we have a C minor, no 5th. I mean, you could play the 5th here if you want. It's about as good as the voicing is going to get. But in this case, I'm pretty sure he's omitting the 5th, which I think he does in a lot of chords, whether he's aware of it or not. And usually omitting the 5th makes the chord a lot easier for me to kind of see what it is and give it a nice name. So this one here is a C minor major 9, C, C minor. We've got the add 9, the major 7. And then plays the root again, and out of this, which is a C sharp major with an add sharp 11. So we have a root, and we have our 5th, and we have our major 3rd. So C sharp major, and then the sharp 11. Another way you can kind of get away with this chord is the one that Allan uses a lot, is major 7 sharp 11 voicing, like this. But depends how you want to play it. I mean, you can also put the 5th in here if you want. But I'm pretty sure he's playing like this because it makes more sense physically. You see a lot of Allan's sharp 11 chords like this. And then whether the 5th is here or he's playing the major 7 doesn't make a difference. But if I'm seeing this, I'm going to say that for the most part, whatever he's playing, he's thinking of sharp 11 to the major 3rd. So anyway, we have this. I'll start from here. Then the same thing, but now that happens in B flat. So now we have a B flat minor major 9. And then B major with the sharp 11. Now what happens is you take that major and you make it minor. And you play a D with your pinky. It sort of leads into this. Which is a very kind of an odd thing. Now I'm thinking, for this chord, you have a B flat augmented triad. You've got your root, your 3rd, and then your sharp 5. And then you have your add 11. Actually, this chord happens, I believe, in House of Mirrors as well. And that's a lot of times how I know if I got the voicing right, because I'll see it in another song and go, oh, okay, I must be right, because it's the same thing. So I'll start from here, B flat minor major 9. And then this. Two ways you can think of this chord. If you consider F your root, then you have a first inversion F minor 6 chord. And F and minor 6 chords are also minor 7 flat 5 chords in a different voicing. In this case it would be D minor 7 flat 5. However you want to think of it, I think it probably makes more sense to think about it as F. G, the intro motif. And nice. With the this is an F major 7 sharp 11. Just like the same voicing like this here, but it's open. Because you're using the open B string. And after this, E major chord with that same motif. Next chord is A major add 9. With these notes in here. B, E. Then you remove your first finger and drop your 3rd finger, and now you have that G major add sharp 11 chord like before, this one, but now it's open. So you're going from this. And then E flat minor add 9. A minor major 9. And then this. I'm not 100% sure on this voicing, but it's the only thing that makes sense. I'm pretty sure the notes are right, but I don't know if I'm missing something. But why I think I'm pretty confident with this is because it makes sense with the next chord that comes after this. And the best way to think of this, you have an E, you have an E flat, you have a E flat here, I'm sorry, a B flat, and then a B. You have a root, fifth, sharp 11, major 7. So this is kind of like a major 7 sharp 11, but there's no third. So I don't know exactly what you would call this, but I would think of it like that. Although it doesn't sound like it to me, it has more of like a minor or like a minor major 7 sort of quality to it. But that's just me. Then after this is where this Allan starts to solo. But I'm pretty confident that he just starts to solo early because in the changes, this part seems to finish the change and then it repeats over again. So the first chord is this. That's why it makes sense because this is the chord previous. And then it goes to this. Which you have a D major triad with an E on top. And that would be a D major add 9. And D, you move that major triad down a half step and now you have D flat with the D. So that's major with an add flat 9. And then regular C major. Now for the pain in the butt chord of the song. This is kind of like that white line chord. But in this case, you have a minor triad here with a major third. So as I said before in letters are marked, this chord probably makes more sense harmonically, if you want to call it as anything, as a as an add sharp 9 chord. So I would say this is F sharp minor, F sharp major add sharp 9. Then the last two chords, you have a third inversion G minor major 7 with the major 7 on the bottom, and then finally finish with C6 over 9, and then goes to the next part. Just a little teaser. And that's the intro to Zarabeth. Let me know what you guys think, and if you got any questions, comments, let me know, and hopefully I'll see you soon.